And joining us now to talk more about it is the BAS President Henderson Williams. Mr. Williams, good evening to you.
Hi, good evening, person.
Well, reports suggest quite a turnout for Agrofest over the weekend. Was this the biggest to date?
Well, we had last year in the region of 55,000 persons coming through the park. We're still getting our numbers from the box office. The last Sunday in Agrofest, on our 17th hosting, was the largest ever for Agrofest. And I do believe that when the numbers are in, we're going to see an increase to that number for Sunday for this year. So we did have a bumper crowd for Agrofest this year.
I'm sure you set yourself also some other benchmarks to determine success. What were those benchmarks and did you achieve them?
Well, absolutely. I think when we look at Agrofest, certainly our team, obviously the role that James Paul, everybody knows James Paul and his he eats, sleeps agriculture. Our coordinator Theodore Fraser, we looked at it, and one of the things that we wanted to ensure, certainly that there was a benefit to all Barbadians who would have come to the park, and I believe that was satisfied by the remarks that we've gotten in terms of our survey results. Certainly, our sponsors, and we have a core of sponsors who have been with us. Pinnacle, for example, have been with us for every single year up to this 18th sponsorship. Our regional partners came out in their numbers. This year, we had about 100 persons coming from Guyana for exhibit, about 40 persons from Suriname. Cuba was there, Brazil was there, Venezuela was there, and certainly again, St. Lucia is now using Agrofest, the blueprint for the hosting of their agricultural exhibition in St. Lucia. So certainly that was great. The Barbados Police Force and our private security forces would have obviously contributed significantly to that. We would have seen all of a representation of all of our commodity groups: the sheep farmers, the egg and poultry, the beef and dairy, apiculture, bees, and as well as the fruit and veg folks. So we did a lot.
Speaking of livestock and produce, as you just mentioned, in the past we've heard that not enough livestock or produce was on show. How would you assess this year in comparison with that comment?
Well, we had a 25% increase. Certainly, sheep was excellent competition and display. The cows were certainly in their numbers. We had rabbits as well. We had obviously presentations from high quality pigs. I'm certainly on display. Our usual, display from egg and poultry with our colleague Stephen, brother Stephen was also Stephen Lane was also on point. And then the wind tunnel that he exhibited and on our colored chicks was obviously a delight for all of the kids. So certainly the numbers are up in relation to not only our sponsors coming on board and recognizing the value that Agrofest plays to Barbados, but certainly the other exhibits and what was happening in relation to what's coming out of the other Caribbean territories.
Mr. Williams, there were long lines on Sunday. Anything being done to speed up the process of entry?
Right. So the irony of it is we do have points of egress, but for entry, there's a need for the security. We have put the online sales in place. However, we know how we are. Sometimes as Barbadians, we make a determination that we're coming on Sunday and we want to go and buy the tickets right then. And that sometimes slows down the process. But we're going to put in some other initiatives in place to speed up for 2025.
We're looking forward to that then. Thank you so much for joining us. We have to leave it there. Henderson Williams, President of the Barbados Agricultural Society. Thank you.